Hello,
Hi,
Beth.
thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, good
Nice to
afternoon
see you
from
again.
nice to see you as well. I'm in Perth. I'm just texting everyone in Italy to join. Might be a moment.
Are you in United States, Beth?
No, I'm in Perth.
Because your background is, I think.
Oh, I never use Zoom and I normally use Teams, so I never look
Okay.
at what's in my background. Yes, it's the Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate.
I wouldn't want to be in the US at the moment.
Okay.
I'm happy in Perth. I'll just check where they are. Just a
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. Okay.
Hi, Denise.
Hi, can you see me? No.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
So Denise is in Italy, and here's Gianni is joining. I think it's very, very hot in Italy today.
Yes, it's incredibly hot.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
But in Perth, I think now it's very cool, yeah.
It's actually a lovely winter's day. It's 21
Yeah.
degrees with
Very
sunshine.
cold. It's very cold. 21 is very, very cold.
It's very, very hot over where you are, I
So,
hear.
yeah, the impact is coming to Indonesia now is also, we are very comfort. The weather is very comfort.
Yes, it's nice. It's actually really lovely today. The sunshine is out. That's important.
Yes.
No rain.
Okay, I think
So we
now we are all the members attending this meeting.
Is Professor Lucini here yet?
Oh, Professor Lucini still on waiting? Yeah,
I think
because
so.
we will meet with our colleagues from Faculty of Technobiology. So I think there will be very specific program that maybe can discuss in our meeting today.
Yes, that was the reason. So
So give
maybe
him
we'll just.
another couple of minutes, and if you, Bev, can reach out to him, I
I
will
just
also.
yeah, I just sent him a message to say that we've started. So hopefully, Professor Lucini is very, very busy because he's just been appointed as the dean
Oh,
of the school. So
schools. Oh, okay.
big promotion. So
Okay, great.
I'm very pleased that he's still able to make this meeting because he
Great.
can see the importance of it.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. He's a very good appointment.
Yeah. Great. So I hope that with the new appointment and we can extend our collaborations, and then we
Yeah.
will start with the program. Yeah. So first I would like to introduce our colleagues from Faculty of Technobiology. So maybe we can, a little bit discuss in the beginning of our meeting while we still waiting for Professor Lucini, because now my friends from Faculty of Technobiology, please, I think you can introduce yourself first to Monique. because you still do not change the Zoom name.
Hello, is my voice quite clear there? Oh, one that is Gianluca. So yes,
It's not so clear.
I'll try to use my audio. Hopefully this one. I think there is a check, right?
I think because you're in the same room, it's echoing.
Yeah,
So
echoing.
you'll need to use one
This
computer.
is better now?
If everyone else turns their sound off.
Yeah.
This one is better.
Echoing. Still
Oh, still-
echoing. Yeah.
This one is better? I think it's better. Okay, so I'm Monica from Atmajaya.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Monica from Faculty of Technobiology. She is now in charge as the Vice Dean for Academic Affairs. So I think Dr. Monica will in charge when this program will collaborate with UCSC. Okay, Bu Monica, please maybe you can also introduce the colleagues from Faculty of Technobiology.
Alright, so I'm from Faculty of Biotechnology. I'm Monica. So I'm a vice in collaboration office. And by my side, this is like a professor in Canada, the head of the Department of Food Technology. Also, there is a professor, she's also a lecturer in the food technology. So I'm from the environment to the information technology. And I'm like also as a vice dean of collaboration, so I handle all the collaboration.
Monica, I think the sound is not so clear. Is it clear? No, yeah. So the sound is not so clear, Monica.
No, it's very hard to. It's still echoing.
Yeah, still echoing, and it's difficult to catch.
Well, I think we move to the by ourselves. It's better.
Yeah, maybe you can use your laptop for the sound.
In the meantime, maybe we can introduce each other here.
Yes, please.
So, Gianluca, would you like to introduce yourself? I'm not sure whether you've met everyone here or not.
Well, I am. Thank you, Bev, for the quick introduction. My name is Gianluca Samsa. Everybody calls me Gianni, which is easier than Gianluca. You can call me Gianni, definitely. I am the associate director in charge at the international office, in charge with articulation agreement, dual degrees, and pathway programs. I am also responsible for outbound mobility and the related agreement, the management of the partnerships, I would say. Università Cattolica is a comprehensive university. We have 12 schools and 5 campuses. Myself, I am based in Milan, but our international office serves all faculties, all schools, all campuses. And among all the schools and the faculties, the one that we collaborate more closely is probably the School of Agriculture, Environmental Sciences, Food Environmental Sciences. And I see that Professor Lucini connected. So maybe will give him directly the floor for a quick introduction before we go into the presentation. But before doing so, I'm sorry, Luigi, a very quick introduction also to Denise Diatta, who is works in the international students team. In this framework, she is in charge with all the administrative background work done in course mapping and in the finalization of the agreements. Maybe Luigi, if you want to take the floor.
Yeah, first of all, I apologize. I was had a delay because the previous meeting was not ending. So I just became dean like a couple of weeks ago, and you can imagine at the beginning it's a mess living with all the things and so on. So I apologize. I couldn't join earlier. Our faculty is an international faculty. We have courses in English and so on. So we are very happy for this meeting because we strongly believe the international part has to be an important chapter of our activities. And this means at the same time, it's like a synergy between teaching activities and possibly also research activities or PhDs. So when some good partnership are established for us, it's a very good point because it means at different levels having the possibility to collaborate and to integrate activities between our faculty, our university, and the partner university. So from my side, I'm not only open, I'm very happy for strengthening the international cooperation of my faculty.
Thank you, Professor Luigi, and congratulations for new appointment.
Thank you.
Become a dean of the schools. And I would like to introduce our colleagues from Faculty of Biotechnology. I think I would like to give my time to Dr. Monica. Please, you can introduce yourself and maybe also colleagues from Faculty of Biotechnology. Time is yours.
All right, thank you, Pak Agus. Buongiorno, Gianluca, Luigi, Denise, Bev. Thank you for coming here. So I'm Monica Ruaimana. I'm a Vice Dean of Collaboration Affair in my faculty. So our faculty is Faculty of Biotechnology. We are divided into two departments. The first one is more biology side, and there is an environmental biology, and the other one is more like about biopharmacy and like extracting something like from our indigenous plant and making products. And the other one is the food technology. So we have like two professors from food technology here. So in the camera, you can see Professor Reni and Professor Sinung. So Professor Sinung, he's the one who wearing mask. He's the head of the Department of Food Technology, and Professor Reni also like teaching in the food technology. So that's all three of us from our faculty that attend this meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Monica. Yes, Luigi and also friends from UCSC. So that is the beginning of our information about the Universitas Atmajaya Yogyakarta. As you know that our university is also Catholic University, and we are also members of International Federation of Catholic University. So it means that there will be a lot of support maybe we can use from the associations. And also we are the brothers of Universitas Atmajaya Jakarta. So I think you has collaborations with Atmajaya Jakarta. So it means that there will be more opportunity to extend to Yogyakarta. You know, Yogyakarta is more comforter than Jakarta because Jakarta is very crowded, a metropolitan city. So when
It's
you
a less
come to,
traffic.
yeah, less traffic. So when you come to Yogyakarta, it's the center of culture as well, and also environmental. We have collaborations with the conservations of Merapi Mountain, and also we have sea as well. So I think now Professor Monica is also conducting a summer program with Eckerd
Oh, yeah.
College, Florida University. We have
Just last,
hosting for 2 weeks, yeah,
yeah, just 2 weeks ago. So
2 weeks
but
ago.
that's more like not. It's a little bit about food, but also like, but most of them is about conservation of the environment because I'm more in the environmental side of the research. But also we introduce them to a lot of local food from our area and how to eat them and how to process them from like the local plant here. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah. So it means that we are very wide opportunity to collaborate with our partner, especially because we are under same association. So it means that there will be more more opportunity for us to extend these collaborations, especially for the degree program or also in the short-term collaborations program. Okay, that is the information from our side. Is there any aspect that maybe you want to add, Dr. Monica? Maybe the opportunity of specific aspect that we can open for these collaborations?
I think there's a. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead, Monica. You go ahead.
So I think what I hear from you probably like possibility of exchange student and professor, and also like a possibility of doing like a double degree, but we don't know the mechanism it yet. And as a part of Erasmus, is that also that we want to talk about?
I think what we have discussed so far is I just give you a quick update of the progress that we've made so far. So the MOU at oh sorry, my dog. I'll just turn. Sorry about that. I'm working from home and my dog, the postman has just arrived and the dog is going crazy at the postman. So we've sent through the MOU at Katalika. We have to put in place the MOU before we can take it any further. But concurrently, while that's being processed, we can look at the opportunities that we can work on together. And in particular, where we're looking at a 3+2 model of your bachelor into our master degree of Bachelor of Nutrition. And I understand that this is quite a new program at Atmajaya, and you're moving into your 4th year of your bachelor, but you don't yet have a master's degree in that same area in place yet. So what our discussion was when we met in Hong Kong was that it would be an opportunity for your students to be able to move into a master's after 3 years instead of 4 into our master's, which is a 2-year program. Basically, the first year of our master's would be equivalent to the 4th year of your bachelor, which would then be transferred home, get the home university bachelor and our master in either food production or food economics. So there's a couple of choices. So that was where we were sort of discussing. Also opportunities for exchange, for joint research, and obviously working with you within the Catholic network. So that's just a quick summary of where we're at and where we would like to go. Also, there was interest in business economics and industrial engineering students entering into our agriculture or food economics. So there was quite a lot of opportunity that we discussed, but it was early stages. So we can take it from there.
If I can, sorry, chip in here, and are you, do you see what I'm sharing?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
So this is exactly the model that Bev was outlining. So the model that we are prioritizing as also a conducive mechanism to build additional level of partnership within this framework is the 3+1+1, let's say. So basically, we have identified mechanisms to accept your students after 3 years instead of 4 directly into our master level classes. You see that the 4th year is darker blue. That means like that students would transfer into the master level degree. And the first year of the 2 years, because we have 2-year master degrees, the first of the 2 years would count as the last year of your bachelor's. Meaning that you will be engaged in a course mapping to identify equivalencies that will count towards the issuance of your degree. Without your bachelor's degree, students cannot progress into the 5th year and finalize their studies and graduate. So this is a very important mechanism. There are some other items that follow under this scheme. Mobility-wise, of course, we will have to enroll the students into our master degree and charge them our tuition. So we will need to negotiate this part. But we can build into this 2-year mobility framework also the exchanges that you mentioned. You want to prioritize exchanges. We can have say 1 or 2 students coming in their 4th year on exchanges, and we can build that into the financial scheme of the 3+1+1 program. We can have partial waivers. We can have scholarships, of course, that we can negotiate and apply. And similarly, provided that our students in their final semester of the 5th year are required to work on a pretty heavy piece of research for their thesis. This also opens up to co-supervision opportunities. And of course, is something conducive to engage faculty to faculty on researches. And of course, Professor Lucini will take some time, probably shortly, to present the faculty, the degrees, and the research projects. Our idea is to engage all our students into existing research groups, into existing research projects, or in collaborating with companies that are already engaged with our faculty on very practical and hands-on research projects. Sorry, I just wanted to take some time because you mentioned also some other opportunities. I want to underline the fact that our priority is to work on this model and then try and fit everything else into this, including, the being part of the International Federation of Catholic University network that could bring in particular visibility or additional scholarships or, access to research funds that can be done together under the same framework. But this is, for us, the cornerstone.
All right.
I see
All
that
right.
I am that someone.
No worries, Gianluca.
I-
Thank you so much for the explanation. That's really great opportunity. And I think you are right, Gianluca, that we need to talk more about the cost. To be honestly, like when we compare euro to Indonesian currencies, like quite far. So we have to have like a clear mechanism because our campus can provide maybe like some subsidies for the student. But I know Europe the tuition fee is not as crazy as America, but still a little bit more probably. So maybe if we have like a more in-depth discussion about that, like the calculation. So when we promote this program to our student, we can already give them like the what is that, the total value. For example, you get this much, and you're gonna get like a double degree, master degree from Italy. And I think this is a very unique opportunity and gonna be like very interesting for them, because I think like the tuition fee in Indonesia is quite expensive as well. Because I went to Firenze actually, to University Firenze in Florence before for master, yes, as a part of European, what is that, European Union scheme. Yeah. So I know that tuition is not that crazy expensive in Italy, but yours is private university. So I really want to know how's the calculation about the fees gonna work when they attend university. And beside of that, maybe beside the tuition fee, the thing that we have to be concerned is the living cost for the student as well, because we need to calculate that into their scheme as well. Mhm.
Yeah, if I can say something, maybe
Mhm.
we are aware that we have this situation.
Mhm.
Our tuition is not, though being private, is not particularly high compared to other standards in Europe for non-EU students, like the Netherlands or Northern Europe. Plus, we have mechanisms, we have scholarships to make it more
Ah,
accessible,
yes.
including local donors um, that focus on international students. What I think it is more important now, though, is to understand if academically you consider our academic offer interesting for your students, because your students, I always think that, yes, sometimes the financial aspect can be a
Mhm.
huge obstacle, but if there is not an interest, into the academic offer that we offer, even if someone is financially wealthy, the program will not be effective anyway. So what is important is to understand if within the framework of this mechanism, you believe that your students would be attracted by our faculty, by our university, and by our academic offer. And I would ask Professor Lucini to give an overview of that, keeping in mind, as I said, that besides the program themselves and the pathway they can develop for the students, we also have this opportunity of developing faculty to faculty connections, um, and exchanges and research projects. So I know, Luigi, you have a presentation ready. Maybe you can share that and get started.
Yeah, sure. I share the screen. You probably can see my desktop now, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Very clear.
Okay, good. Well, first point is a point we start from. We are a research university. Actually, in Italy, we don't have the split between teaching and research universities, but the important concept is starting from the founder of our university. So, dating back more than 1 century ago, we strongly wanted to invest in research as a driver also of a good teaching. And this is part of the way we want to approach also teaching. And we are the Faculty of Food, Agriculture and Environment is part of Università Cattolica. The main campus is in Milan, where we have also the legal seat and the most of the faculties. Why the Faculty of Food, Agriculture and Environmental Sciences is in another city that is two campuses, Piacenza and Cremona, something like close to Milan, but 1 hour and a half by car. So probably for your distance is still very close from Milan, but it's in another place because where we are based is the so-called Food Valley of Italy. It's an agricultural area a very fertile area where agriculture was since centuries very, very well established, and also food industries are very, very well established. So we have primary production and transformation very close to us. And the idea to be in an environment like that, that allow us also to interact with farmer associations, with the biggest food companies in Italy. So with the system was very important for us because for us and for our students, because it helped us doing research. Maybe we also have the possibility to let our students to see real systems, so to visit a company and see how they work, which is their approach. And at the same time, maybe we can call some of the managers from the industries coming to take a seminar into our classes. So this connection we think is a win-win. So we are a research university, but also the connection with industry. So basic research is fundamental, but also applied research and collaboration with industries is important for us and for our students. So the campus is another place for that reason, basically. And this is the structure. The faculty is I'm very recently I became the dean, is made by 4 departments. One is the Department for Animal Sciences, Animal Production. The other one is the Department of Plant-Based. It's called Sustainable Crop Production. So animal-based food and plant-based foods productions. Then we have the Department of Food Science, and finally the Department of Economics. These 4 departments are working together to cover from the field, not only to the market, but also to the consumer. Because, for instance, in the Department of Economics, we have marketing, but we have also consumer behavior people. So covering really from field to from farms to the table of food production. And we have 16 food professors, then of course 23 associate, and so on, going to postdoc and PhDs. This is the figures of our faculty. It's a relatively small faculty compared to some other, but we couldn't, and we don't want to invest in numbers. We want to invest in quality. The very most, that the Stanford 2% most influenced scientist list is released every year, and almost half of our full and associate professors belong to this list. This comes back with the concept I started from, that our research activities are we strongly believe in that activities because it's a good driver not only for our career but also to teach our students to be able to teach cutting edge approaches and most recent approaches in food, agriculture, chemistry, microbiology, and whatever. And this is the some, I don't know, maybe some of these companies, some of them are worldwide, so probably are present also in Indonesia. Those are companies we are regularly working with that range from like confectionaries to pasta and bakery, meat-based, ready-to-eat foods, cheese, specialty chemicals. So more or less covering the different aspects, because including crop protection companies, because the idea is to work under a one health approach that has the environment as the overall system within plant-based, animal-based, and humans, the consumer, interact in a sustainable way. This is the general concept we want to work in. And we used to do that in collaboration also with stakeholders, like you see on the top, our Ministry for Health, FAO, the European Commission, and the European Food Safety Agency. It's the European agency that is based 60 kilometers from our campus, so very, very close to us. And some of our colleagues are part of the European Food Safety Agency. We strongly interact with them. We do research also for them. So together with industries, this is another part that is very important in our system. So these activities are carried out in 2 campuses, in Piacenza and Cremona, 30 kilometers one from the other, 2 campuses that are considered complementary. Very, very close, they work in a complementary way. So we try to develop some pilot and some activities in one campus, and not to replicate, because they are, of course, very close. 30 kilometers is nothing. But in the second campus, we develop different skills, different activities to work to integrate the possibilities of research. These are examples of the facilities we can make available. An experimental farm, you see on the bottom left and bottom right, an experimental farm for animals and for crop studies, an experimental vineyard for winemaking, and a new hazelnut plantation that will serve the biggest food company in Italy that produces Nutella. Hazelnuts are an important part of Nutella. We are developing new varieties for this company in order to keep innovation in food science. Then we have an agrivoltaic system to balance energy production. You see, we span very broad. The agrivoltaics combines energy production with panels and agriculture below. It's a new trend in Europe that is getting very popular because you keep sustainability, not using agricultural land. That is very important. Our agricultural land is limited. We have to preserve it. Then we have something that is more food science, like the sensory lab and pilot plans for fermentations, some new experimental fermentation platforms for dairy and cheese making, pilot plans for wine making, for beer making, for bakery and extruded products, and for animal-based sausages and cured meat. So these allow us to produce more or less the different type of foods we can see not only in our country, but probably in a much broader range. And then finally, but last but not least, some omic facilities. I'm a biochemist and I run the metabolomic facility. Then we have colleagues that work on genomics and metagenomics, on transcriptomics, and we used to combine these omics under a multi-omic approach in food science, in plant science, of course, with different aim, but still using cutting edge, the most recent, the most novel analytical approaches to investigate the quality of food, the agronomic interventions, authenticity, traceability, safety, with different purposes. Because of course, there's omics allow us to have a pretty broad target of research activities. These facilities are available also to our students. Hands-on, together with teaching classes, it's very important because when they move to industry, they need to be able to manage and not only to know some concepts. So the facilities I was mentioning before are made available for, like you see on the top left, a student that is using a drone for remote sensing, or on the bottom right, you can see this is called RoboCubo, is a pilot plant for emulsion preparations, studying emulsion stability in food science. So you see, across different areas, we want our students to also have hands-on experiences on what we are teaching. And to conclude, this is the structure of the courses. What you see in blue is taught in English. What you see in green is in Italian. Probably in the next future, we are developing further. There's one for now. I hardly go to the classes, to the courses that are taught in English. Food production management is a bachelor. Our bachelor is 3 years, not 4 as in Indonesia. And the food production management is the bachelor in food science, is a bachelor in food science with some concepts of agriculture. It's like a food chain centered teaching. So some concept of agriculture and then concept of food science. So it's mainly based in food science, but also including primary production because they are part of the same story, we believe. And then possibly students can go to the Master of Science in Sustainable Viticulture and Enology, that in Italy is very important. You know, Italy, wine in Italy is a very important asset. Rather than food processing is the Master of Science that I use it to coordinate. I will leave it because of my new position here, but until now I have been the coordinator. Food processing is food science centered to the food industry. So preparing food technologists is probably in your country it's called the food engineering. We don't use engineering because for Italy engineering is like electronics, physics, mathematics. So it's a different concept typical of Italy. But most often abroad from Italy, I see this as a food engineering, just to have you a quick idea about the concept that if you wanna, we can go into the plants and so on, of course, but I go a bit fast. Or agriculture and food economics, that is still agri-food, but centered on economics, marketing, policies, strategies to market, things like that. Still, in food processing and in agriculture and food economics, it's not pure economics or pure technologies. Like in food processing, our students have some concept, some courses of management, of supply chain management, of marketing, because those are still important concepts. And at the same time, the students of agriculture and food economics have some like basis of food quality, food safety, because those are still important points, even for a food marketing people. So the main area is technology and economics, but we have some contamination in both cases. And to finish, students that take the master in Italian, master in food science and technology, they have the possibility to take the second year of their master of science in English on a specific curriculum that is called food safety, but it's just the last year. And at the basis of this teaching, we have our PhD school. It's called Agri-System because it includes agriculture, food science, law, and economics. Is made by for our faculty with two other faculties, with a concept of farm to fork, as I was mentioning before. And those are some numbers. We had almost 400 total PhD students, the very most in the we call biological agricultural area, so food science, plant science, animal science, food technology, things like that. And lower number, but still important in economics or law. Currently, we have 134 PhD students, and then we have some like European network is called MSCA, Marie Curie Training Networks programs, or national PhD schools. So our PhD school work with in a network, national network on a climate change and on a European network that fund PhD networks in order to increase collaboration and international perspective of our school. And actually, you can see where they come from. So we had PhD students pretty from the world. Maybe, I don't know, if I can go very fast so to have some research about our research activities, I will go very fast just to provide some hint. And then I can share this PowerPoint. You can go through, not to get you bored, just because of that, but feel free to interrupt me at any time if you wish to have some more information, okay? Well, coming to research. These are some examples of our activities to let you have an idea is not so different from biotechnology. It's agriculture and food science, but it's still biology, biotechnology, simply applied to a specific context. This is a network, a training network, future data for you, that include big data analysis and advanced data analysis. Is funded by our regional government to let PhD students have a perspective on big data elaboration. Some other example, this is an EU-funded project that includes 12 partners from 9 countries in Europe for almost 4 million euro funding. So it's a huge project that was based on using AI-driven approaches to trace and to predict mycotoxin formation in foods. This other one is about food safety. Again, you see several partners across Europe. These are big companies in Europe, and this one is focused on microbial safety and chemical safety of food with novel approaches. Moving to the Department of Crop Production, this is the list. You see, some researchers work in regenerative agriculture or precision agriculture, carbon farming, viticulture and plant science, plant pathology, plant physiology, and plant genomics. And these are just some examples. On the top, you see different fertilization strategies to increase sustainability, different agronomic interventions like different tillage approaches or decision support systems in order to optimize the intervention in crop science and precision agriculture, remote sensing and satellite images in order to better managing the variability we have in field and use interventions just when needed, not to overload inputs into agriculture. This is the agrivoltaic system I was mentioning before. It's part of our platform. Now it produces energy for our university, not only for us, but we are one of the main users. And my colleagues of agronomy are working in optimizing agriculture below these systems. It's the new trend in Europe because at a certain point, with the money that farmers could get from energy production for voltaic production, then they were using agricultural land for that. It's not sustainable, not in long term at least. We have to eat, as I used to say. So agriculture still has to be important. It's a way to combine the two. Another example, this one is based on genome editing to increase the resistance to some plant pathologies, to fusarium fungal diseases. In this case was maize, but still with genome editing, with the new genomic approaches. Or machine learning, artificial intelligence to understand mycotoxin risk in foods and prioritize the management of these carcinogenic compounds. Entomology, using insects in a circular economy, or managing soil biodiversity, or managing insect resistance. I go fast because there are just examples. In viticulture, again, using AI systems for the detection to optimize the grape profile in order to optimize wine profile, or managing drought resilience in vineyards with novel approaches, with cover crops, with intercropping, with different agronomic management. Moving to animal science, we have animal physiology, animal sustainability, dry-off physiology, some colleagues, or transition period and innate immune response in animals, and then animal nutrition and animal genomics. Okay. Using pre and probiotics in animal science, or in microbiology, microbial safety, plant microbiome. It's another important point that is getting very important, is becoming very important in Europe. Antimicrobial resistance, foodborne pathogens management, functional microbiomes in human nutrition, food and feed fermentation approaches, and the last one that we just implemented, precision fermentation and cellular agriculture, is something we are investing in the last years. Just few examples. These are plant growth promoting rhizobacteria used to mitigate plant stress in field, or producing cultured meat and heterologous expression of proteins in Pichia in yeast in order to produce beta-casein or cultured meat. Was a huge project funded by our ministry. We also evaluated not only the production, but also quality, also sustainability. So broad perspective on this type of approaches. Producing synthetic peptides as for different purposes in food application as a preserving agents. So antimicrobial peptides, also other bioactive peptides. And when we have this type of approaches, we use in vitro digestion systems. Our faculty has not medicals, so clinical research cannot be done, but we work with hospitals in that case, but normally what we can do and we do regularly are in vitro digestion and in vitro fermentation approaches for food quality. Moving to chemistry and sustainability, waste conversion into high added value products, so circular economy, or this one was investigating the antioxidant capacity of different food components, food extracts. In this case was microgreens, but can be done with this is in general by combining metabolomics plus antioxidant assays to understand the role of different classes of compounds. In food processing, food packaging, plant-based proteins, again, byproducts valorization, sensory and consumer science analysis, novel thermal treatments in food science, winemaking, fermented beverages. So we are spanning across the foods we actually have in Europe. And I just conclude with agri-food economics. Agri-food includes food policies like farm subsidies, food labeling schemes, industrial organization in the food system, market and price analysis in agricultural and food areas, consumer preference analysis. This department now includes also psychologists. The psychologist works on consumer perception, consumer behavior that drive the marketing strategies, risk management strategies by farmers, and finally, new marketing strategies in the food supply chain. And that's all. Sorry, I was a bit longer than what I was expected to, but you see, it's a broad set of activities, so I tried to present the very most of them.
Thank you, Professor Lucchini. That's fabulous. I think it's great to get that overview of everything that we do. And hopefully our colleagues at Atmajaya could see some common areas of interest that we can take forward. So it was a really great comprehensive overview of how we might work together in this area. I believe that preliminary mapping has been done already by our colleague Denise, and I believe, Denise, there was a good sort of overlap that we could easily work together. So I think the mapping has been sent back to Atmajaya.
Yes. The mapping for the nutrition base layer was sent to you partners. So we just need to receive confirmation that if it works for you. And
Thank you, Luigi Lucchini, Professor Lucini, thank you so much. I think it's very comprehensive presentation. We don't prepare much because actually I think Pak Agus probably already explained to you. We are a quite new department. I think biology department and food technology program was under the biology department. We started at the 1990s, so very young compared to the USGS that almost 100 years. But our food technology is focused on like low allergen, ya Pak Sinu? Because I'm
Yes.
not entirely sure about like all the research, and we don't prepare our research slide presentation actually, but we have our profile presentation. But the one that I want to ask you is actually one of that, because the research is quite advanced, and I kind of wonder like what qualification of student that you were able to receive accept your program. So I think it should be exam. So for example, like some of the program is teach in English, are we gonna just focus on the English speaking program, or does the student need to learn Italian as well? Because we also have a previous collaboration with Japan, and for them they ask us for like a year of language learning before going to the master. Are we gonna do the same in USCS, or is it gonna be like in English fully for the student? Because I remember you showed me the slide, and some program is like in blue isn't available in English, and the black one is in Italy, right? In Italian.
Correct.
We are definitely prioritizing the academic offer in English.
In English, yeah.
Only one variation can be taken into consideration, which is one of our master's degree, which is first year in Italian, second year in English. But in that case, we would come up with a different pathway for the students.
I see.
We would not require students to learn Italian to be admitted into the program. So as an entry requirement. Then within the academic offer, within the study plan, students may choose an Italian language and culture subject.
I see.
If I recall correctly, is offered in both degrees, Luigi. But again, it's not a requirement, and it's not required.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I also
Then,
like
of course, sorry, just another quick comment. Students studying with us 2 years would be strongly recommended to take time to dedicate time to learning a little bit of Italian if their intention is to stay in the country for post-study work opportunities. Meaning that, of course, we do work with companies that are strongly internationalized and with a work environment that is fairly internationalized and with good opportunities to function with English only. If students have a little bit of rudimentary Italian, that helps increasing the job opportunities in our country.
great. Yeah, I think what Luigi Lucini presents is clearly awesome. If I'm not already a professor, I would like to do the program again, because I see there's a Grana Padano as your partner, Parmigiano Reggiano, Ferrero. It's really amazing. So I think a lot of students will be very interested. And the one that we just want to ask is, because in our bachelor degree, we're gonna require them to do like a final thesis. So what I imagine, if the student already entered third year, we're gonna maybe doing a collaboration of supervision, so they finish their bachelor thesis as a maybe like a small part. So I say in the master, they do the master of 2 year. We expect them to publish probably like 2 papers. Maybe one paper is gonna be like the bachelor thesis, so a little bit part of their master program, and then they do like the bigger full research as a part master. Is that also like possible? Because in Indonesian government, we required to do like a bachelor thesis, and they have to like submit. They don't have to publish, but at the end of the thesis, they have to like submit a paper.
Yes, we had the experiences in past about the system we conceived in order to manage the completion of the thesis of the bachelor while starting the master. And of course, it's a bit an overload of duties for the students. But the students that took that, they were from Atmajaya. Some of them were from Atmajaya, Jakarta. So even some Indonesian. And we also were very happy about that experience. Basically, what we have done is that the students in their first year, in their, let me say, free time from lectures. Our lectures are not every day from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening. So they have maybe this, so the Wednesday afternoon is free and so on. So in their free time, they have been paired to our research staff, PhD students or postdoc people like that, working on a project, scientific project, and this allowed them to prepare their thesis for the bachelor. And now we are also publishing. What I can say is that giving the time for publishing is not granted that the paper is accepted, as you mentioned. The paper is prepared and accepted by the time of their graduation.
The
because
graduation,
sometimes,
yes.
yes, so sometimes it takes time, and maybe the project involves also or companies or other universities or
Yeah.
whatever. So we have to combine the data, but still it's feasible. Still is something that works. And the feedback I got from the students, because I try to investigate, is it sustainable from the perspective of the student? Is it too much or whatever? And at the end, they were very happy. They are very happy with that because they could hands-on working in scientific projects and several, you know, the companies because you have been to Italy. So, you know, those are big players of the food market in Italy. So having the possibility to carry out a thesis, a research thesis, and maybe also a thesis that involves collaboration with industries, I think is a very good plus from their perspective. So we do still research, but also applied research. And this has been working very well. So yes, I think it's not a problem. Sorry, you're mute.
Sorry, Rosini. Professor Rosini. Yeah, I think that's will be great because it's just like an administration here that they have to do a bachelor thesis in order to graduate, like the rule from the Indonesian government. So if it can be accommodated, then it will be great. So they will receive both their degree. Any other question, Bu Reni or Pak Sino?
Sorry, just to be sure. I guess they can defend their thesis from remote.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
they can.
Because in some countries it is not possible, but if that is possible, then it's feasible, it's doable very easily.
You mean some countries like Italy?
Right. Unfortunately.
Rennie, is there any?
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for the time. My name is Rennie. I'm interested for a little bit clarification about the program for the 3+2. I just want to make sure about the master degree. So the English program is food safety and food processing only.
And agriculture and food economics.
But for food production, you don't have any master program?
Because following food production management, basically they can take either agriculture and food economics or food processing.
Okay.
So like, okay, I continue more into technology or I prefer economic disciplines, so I take one or the other.
So if I want to take the technologies, I will have to take the food processing.
Yes.
Is it right? Okay.
Yes. That as a concept is not that different from food technology.
just curious again about the program and your research about the food, because I'm in the food chemistry. So,
Like me.
oh yeah, okay. So at the moment, the student here, they are interested about the food chemistry and food functional studies, research about like that, and also some of them they like to develop the microbiology, food safety, and so on like that. So it's very interesting about you have so many pilot plans. So I was thinking if they have a degree in the food processing, that they have also to make the product and they analyze all the uh, parameters like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Consider that I didn't come into the detail of the master, but my teaching is called Physical Chemistry and Biochemistry of Food.
Okay.
That includes all the physical chemistry, stability, emulsions, thermodynamics, but also a chemical reaction like lipid stability, the Maillard reaction, aroma
Okay.
formation, coloring agents, thickening agents, colloids. So just to respond some details. So in Italy, we have a limited number of exams that can be added. So under the umbrella physical chemistry and biochemistry of food, we have the concept you mentioned. Then we have another teaching that is called the microbiology. Microbiology is a single exam, but
Yes.
has a part that is in food fermentations,
Yes.
fermented foods, and the second module is food safety. So
Okay.
quality and safety. So the concepts you are mentioning are actually there. Simply, we cannot add so many different exams because it's a limitation. It's based on the Italian regulations. The number of exams, we have a plateau, a maximum number of exams that we can add, and we cannot split this exam into three. But all the concepts you mentioned are, and if you are interested in some more details about the study plan, feel free to write me or to contact me, no problem.
I also would like to ask about, do you have any research about the coffee?
We have I did the call yesterday. We do research about coffee. I do metabolomics. Like now, I have a big project with it's an important coffee making company here in Italy. They
Okay.
are. We selected. There is a competition. You know, the World Coffee Testing competition.
Yes, yes.
Okay. We have some colleagues in sensory analysis. We took the 10 getting the gold medal and the 10 worst. We did metabolomics and volatiles analysis and sensory analysis. We combine it to understand which are the profiles that are appreciated by the consumer. Or we have done research on authenticity and geographical origin of coffee.
Yes.
Now we are evaluating a new coffee roasting approach. So we do, of course, not as agriculture because it's not the area.
Yeah,
But
okay.
in terms
You
of,
don't have the coffee.
yeah, but what follow for sure.
Yeah, I've been to Lavazza.
Is Lavazza that is involved.
Yeah, I've been to
Lavazza
the
and
company
Illy.
in Italy, in
Yeah, and Illy.
Novara, near Novara, I think. Forgot
Yes,
that.
it was in between Torino and Novara.
Yeah, it's in Novara. Okay.
It's one of the biggest in Italy.
Yeah, yeah, it's very nice. Coffee products, coffee industry. Okay. I think for me is that I think it's enough, Monique.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luigi.
Can I ask who do we send the curriculum to? Because I know my colleague Denise has sent the study plan through for your review. So who is the correct person to send it through to?
Monique, have you received the curriculum plan from Dennis, I think?
I think it haven't been forwarded to us yet.
Denise, can you advise who it was sent to?
Yes, let me check. I guess it's head We send it to, yes, head.intnetwork@global.unair.
Unair is not
Not
us.
our
No,
university.
sorry.
I have an email exchange, but there is no attachment to that email, so I haven't received the file yet.
Can you just write your email address in the comments so I can check whether is it correct?
Monique, you can type the email address.
In the chat.
Yeah, this is the email of the faculty. You can send it.
That's the correct one to send it to, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that goes to you, Monica, is that correct?
Yeah.
Or
you can
yeah.
you can also CC mine if that's possible.
Perfect.
And I will
It's very
forward it
hard.
to
It's always very hard to know who the right people are to send it to when there's so many people.
Yes.
But I think Denise sent it through a little while ago, but it's probably
No,
no
it's,
one's
I
seen it
mean,
yet.
let's send it again now that we have done this meeting. And
Yes.
I would say now on your end, what you have to do is to review the documentation that we send you. Make sure that you identify the right bachelors that you want to, involve in this 3+1+1 model, considering that we can accept different bachelors into both degrees, so we can combine different tracks, different pathways for your students. That you review the course list and if you have more questions on the content of every single subject, just as Monica did with Luigi on the I cannot repeat metabolomics. What was that?
Yeah,
Arabic
correct.
language and quantum history, and you just let us know if you need. We can send you all the syllabi of the courses, and we can set up also more dedicated meeting. And last but not least, before Professor Lucini was appointed dean, we were considering a trip to Indonesia to visit a few partners, and that's also probably why we misinterpreted the email addresses. And so we were considering doing that in the fall, in the end of October, early November. We will come back to you with a more definitive plan after Professor Lucini has a clearer the idea of his future life in the faculty. But let's say this is something that we are considering. So we may, if we are able to finalize all the paperwork, all the analysis, all the paperwork, or the identification of the possible tracks before then, when we get there, we can run a session with your students and promote all the programs, a session with your faculties and discuss about research opportunities, maybe embedded with the thesis project, and so on and so forth.
Sorry,
Yeah,
just a
great.
curiosity. When the intake is in Indonesia, student intake?
Student intake.
It's a start in September.
September. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
we start the program in the first week of September,
Okay.
the first semester. So
So
now we
Perfect
are
timing.
preparing. Yeah, I
Perfect
think
timing.
yeah.
All right, I think we've covered off on a lot today, and I think it's there's lots of positive outcomes, and we can move forward and work on this program and expand in the future. But I think we should focus on this at the moment and get things done.
Yeah.
The MOU is in process
Yeah.
as well, so I think we're on the right track. And I'll send you the links through to Monica. You're interested in the cost of the programs, but bear in mind what I'll send you the links to the tuition fees, but bear in mind we have special rates for our partners, and we will discuss that at a later stage. But to give you an overall idea, I'll send you the links.
All right.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I think
All right.
next year the API conference will be in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, so it's very close with Yogyakarta. So if the delegations from USA coming to
Maybe
Kuala Lumpur, so only 1.5 hours flight from Kuala Lumpur directly to Yogyakarta. So I think that is also the right time for you to visit our university as well. Great.
I wish to participate. I just need to understand among the other things, because it's also a first semester for me. It's also a very dense teaching. So I will leave some classes to some younger guys, but just let me say if I can organize. If I can, I will be very happy. And I wish to.
Great journey to our city as well, Professor Luzini, and I hope that with your coming to our university, maybe there will be a general lectures for students, and also we can discuss with the colleagues from biotechnology faculties. Thank you so much.
I'm just checking, is November a good time for a visit, just on your calendar? Would that work for you around November time, if we can do it?
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
That's a good time. Okay, great.
Yeah,
we can work towards that. Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone. And will you share the recording with us, so we can sort of have a good record, and we'll write some notes, and we'll be in contact soon.
Yes, thank you, Beth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Yeah, see you. Ciao.
Good day.
Bye.
Ciao.
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 Bye.